Has someone you were dating or a friend suddenly stopped responding with no explanation? They may see your messages but just don't respond, or may have blocked you on all social media sites as well as blocked your email and phone number. You were just ghosted. But why did they do it? Was it something you did, or was there something deeper going on? And are there times when ghosting someone is acceptable? Keep watching to find out. What is ghosting? The term ghosting has several meanings. In relationships, it is when a person without explanation stops responding or cuts communication with another person. They end the relationship without giving closure to the other person. Ghosting is a form of silent treatment and going no contact. The term ghosting started to be widely used in the dating world after Hannah Vanderpool released a parody music video called Ghost's Paradise on YouTube in March of 2014. The New York-based writer and cartoonist wrote the song on the subway ride home to voice her experience of being ghosted. In February of 2017, ghosting in relationships was added to the Merriam-Webster's dictionary. Follow the link in the description to the parody video Ghost's Paradise. Note that ghosting is not just confined to romantic relationships. Friends, family members, online sellers and buyers, and even employers and employees can be ghosted. It has become such a big problem that dating sites and online marketplaces allow victims to report offenders. How do people ghost? The way a person is ghosted is often reliant on the nature of the relationship. There are 3 general ways of ghosting. Soft ghosting. Soft ghosting is where the person stops responding to messages or texts you send, but they still like positive comments you leave on their social media accounts. They send the message that they are not totally ignoring you, but they also do not want to be friends anymore. They also do not block you from their accounts. They may have started to respond less and less over time and took longer to respond to your messages. Their replies may also have gotten shorter and less enthusiastic. Normal ghosting. Normal ghosting is when the person suddenly stops responding to you. The last communication could be positive and them commenting that they love being with you and would like to see you again. Or the person may have commented that they want to buy what you are selling online, but then they just stop communicating with you. They may read your text but just don't respond. The person may also have arranged to meet you and then does not show up without letting you know. They then ignore any attempts you make to try to contact them. Hard ghosting or cloaking. With hard ghosting or cloaking, the person does not ignore your messages. They for no reason just block you in every possible way you could reach them, such as blocking you on all online platforms they are on, even once you have not communicated with them before, as well as blocking your email and phone number. The message is clear. They don't want to have anything to do with you anymore. Often it is done after they stood you up. The effects of being ghosted. How ghosting affects a person depends on the person's character, as well as the nature of the relationship. The expectation of a person being ghosted also plays a role. Thus, how the relationship ended is important. Being ghosted after 1 or 2 dates may not hurt as much as being ghosted after dating the person for several months. Being ghosted when the last message was neutral or negative may also hurt less than if the person expressed interest in seeing you again. Being ghosted can trigger abandonment fears in you that can turn your world upside down. It can also damage your self-esteem and make you feel like you are not good enough. In the short term, ghosting can lead to internalized feelings of self-criticism and self-doubt, but over time can hinder the development of trust and vulnerability in future relationships. The anxiety of not knowing why the person stopped responding can be overwhelming. Is the person dead? Are they lying in a hospital injured? Were they mugged and their phone stolen? Or did something upset them and they need time out? When a person realizes they have been ghosted, they often feel guilt and shame and wonder what is wrong with them or what they did wrong to cause such drastic action. The inability to communicate with the other person and find closure can be gut-wrenching and cause a person to spend days or months in turmoil, where they may repeatedly go over every message and thing that was said to try to find a reason. When they eventually realize it is the other person, they may experience anger and rage, where they may want revenge. They may also feel rejected, disposable, and become terrified that it will happen to them again. This can stop them from trying to form connections with people or block themselves off emotionally from others. The parts of the brain that process physical pain also process emotional pain. Thus, the person may experience bodily pain, headaches, stomach pains, nausea, and have eating and sleep disorders. As the same pain centers as physical pain are activated, painkillers such as Tylenol can help with emotional pain. This is often why people in emotional pain turn to drugs, alcohol, sleep, food, and activities that require total focus to either numb their feelings or keep their minds occupied. Why do people ghost? There is a multitude of reasons why a person may ghost another. However, they mostly fall under three main categories. Safety concerns. The person doing the ghosting may for some reason become uneasy or afraid to continue communicating or even meeting the other person. This could be something that was said or done that bothered the person or triggered an emotion in them from past abuse that could be from their childhood and be unaware to them. Or the meeting place looked unsafe and they decided to rather leave without communicating that they were there. The person being ghosted could have been too eager to meet physically, pushed to take the relationship faster than what was comfortable to the ghoster. Or the person being ghosted may have become abusive or harassed the person who then ghosted them. There may have been physical abuse and the victim disappeared without a trace for their safety. This would normally be hard ghosting where all contact is blocked. Does not think about the other person. This is often the case where a person does not see the relationship going anywhere or has become bored or lost interest in the other person. Or people drifting apart after one person moved away and a physical relationship became only online. One person may then see no benefit in continuing the relationship. Instead of telling the person that the relationship is ending, the ghoster may decide to just cut contact because they feel it is either easier or they are unable to deal with their emotions or may be afraid that the other person may become emotional. They may also think that telling the other person it is over will hurt them and think it is better to just cut contact. They may also fear a confrontation if they try to break up, or they may fear that the other person will make them feel guilty and try to manipulate them to continue to stay in the relationship. However, they don't actually consider how their actions will impact the other person not knowing what happened. The person doing the ghosting may also be afraid of intimacy, rejection, have trust issues, struggle to deal with their emotions, or fear attachment, and as soon as things get too deep and emotional, they run away rather than face their fears or let the other person know how they feel. Does not care about the other person. Here the ghoster may have found a new romantic partner or job and just moved on without caring how they are hurting those they leave behind. They may know it will hurt the person, but it doesn't bother them. They may never have cared about the person and only used them for their resources, validation, or sex. Once they got what they wanted and no longer need the person, they are not interested in wasting time on the person. They may also ghost the person out of revenge or punishment. They may have suffered a narcissistic injury and decide to punish the person by not communicating with them. It may also happen that the narcissist turned the person into a flying monkey by smearing your name to the person, and the person decided that they don't ever want to be associated with you nor have any communication with you again. Are there warning signs you're about to be ghosted? For hard and normal ghosting, there frequently are no warning signs, although there may be some warning flags right in the beginning of a relationship that the person are not that into commitment. With soft ghosting, there often are signs that may also occur to a lesser degree in normal or hard ghosting. There will be a change in their communication pattern. They may take longer to reply. Replies may be shorter and less enthusiastic. They may text less, such as if they text you every morning and then suddenly stop. They may stop initiating communication and only reply when you send a text. They start to unfriend you on social media accounts and stop commenting or liking your posts. They unmatched you on a dating site and may update their status to single. In conversations, they seem bored or even bothered by you. They stop sharing their plans, what they did, or any information about them. You may also find that they cut conversations short and start to cancel on you without warning and often at the last minute. They are always busy when you try to make plans with them, but then you notice them hanging out with other people. Is ghosting disrespectful? In normal circumstances, it is downright disrespectful and cruel to ghost a person and leave them with no idea as to if the relationship is over or why you are not responding. They are left in limbo without knowing how to move forward. However, if you experienced abuse, harassment or stalking from them, or you are concerned for your safety, then your safety and emotional well-being comes first. Do ghosters feel guilty? From research, it was found that most of the time the person felt justified in cutting communication. Many felt that the other person would not listen to them, but tried to persuade them to stay in the relationship. They also felt that the other person would react angrily and felt they protected themselves. Some felt they saved the other person a lot of heartache by not telling them it is over. Others did not care at all about the person's feelings. A few did feel guilt, but felt it was the best way to end the relationship. Are they busy or ghosting me? People often wonder if a person is just busy or ghosting them. If a person blocks you, they are not too busy to talk to you, they ghosted you. If they read your messages or post to their social media accounts or comment on other people's posts, they are not too busy to reply to you. Unless they're out of reach, no person is that busy that they cannot send a simple reply in 2 to 3 days. We make time for the people we care about. The person may initially on the same day send a message that they are busy, but after 3 days, they had enough time to reply if they wanted to. How to respond to being ghosted. The first instinct is often to need to know what is going on. This often results in the person sending a multitude of texts and possibly even trying different ways of contacting the other person. Don't. Take a step back. You don't know why the person is not responding, so do not assume anything. It is generally acceptable to send 1 to 2 and at most 3 messages that are spaced out. For instance, send a message asking if everything is still okay. Give it 2 to 3 days. If you want, you can follow up with something like, "Hi, I'm a little confused as to why I haven't heard from you, as I thought things were going well between us. However, wishing you the best." If you don't hear back, don't continue to try to contact the person. It is okay though to glance at their social media accounts to see if they are posting, just to see if they are not hurt or going through a big crisis. If you want closure from a relationship breakup, you can try sending a message such as, "Hi, if this isn't working for you, please let me know, as it hurts not knowing where we stand." However, don't wait for them to respond to give you closure. Give yourself closure. If a person ghosts you, they showed you that they don't care about your feelings and are not a person of their word. That is not a person you want in your life. It may be confusing because they may have appeared kind and lovable before, and ghosting you does not make sense. However, if they did ghost you, then the person you thought they were does not exist. Even if they struggle with dealing with emotions, they still chose to ignore your feelings by not at least sending a simple text. Accept that it hurts to be ghosted. Reach out to trusted friends and family. Think about seeing a therapist to help you deal with it. Give yourself time to grieve, then move on with your life. Please do not send the person nasty text or use fake email accounts or phone numbers to try to communicate with them. And definitely do not try to physically meet them. They chose to not talk to you and may find it disrespectful of their privacy and choice. They may even file harassment or stalking charges depending on how far you go. Please do not numb your feelings with drugs, alcohol or food. These fixes are only temporary and can cause more harm to you than facing your emotions. How to let someone go without ghosting them. If your safety is not an issue, then at least send the person a simple text. You can still block them after sending the text. It can be as simple as, "Hi, this is not working out for me. Please don't ask me to explain." It may still hurt the person, but it's better than you just disappearing. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative or helpful in any way, like and share it so that more people can benefit from it. If not subscribed, please subscribe now. Please leave a comment, as it helps to expand the information covered in the video, which may be of benefit to others. See my books on narcissism by following the links in the description. For donations, please use the donation button on the banner or follow the link in the description. Thank you.